Hi, Literature and Humanities class. So your assignment for this week is to write a compare and contrast essay between an early reader, this is Fun with Dick and Jane, and Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat. And I'll explain to you some more information about that. So I'm going to read to you from Fun with Dick and Jane, and then I'll have you watch a recording of somebody reading The Cat in the Hat. And anyway, I'll explain more about your assignment in just a minute. So Fun with Dick and Jane, this was actually a book that I read when I was in school. And back then, of course, I didn't know I had dyslexia. I just knew that I was in the lowest reading group and it was humiliating. Up here, it tells you what level you are. And so I remember being in third grade and being called to the back of the class with a few other children, and we had to take turns reading out of this book. Third grade, you should have been in level 3. I was in level 2. And we took turns reading. So when I knew it was my turn to read, I'd quickly turn to that page and it's like in my mind, like read it over and over and over. So I wasn't even hearing what the kids were reading before. And then it was my turn. I would read it. And then my heart, like felt like it was pounding in my throat, would go on to the next student's turn to read. And I would be fretting about everything that I said, every word that I skipped or missed or mispronounced, that I wasn't even hearing what the children had to read afterwards. So it was a really bad system. And the books are not interesting. If you look at this, there are 2 children. There's Jane and Dick. This is right out of the 1950s. So of course she's wearing a dress, patent leather shoes, even when she's going out to play, and he's wearing a button-up shirt. This is a very traditional white family. Dad's in a suit. Mom, of course, would be wearing a dress during the day. So I'm going to read a couple of chapters. Chapter 1, Look Up. Dick said, look up, up. Jane said, run, Dick, run and see. Look, said Dick, see Sally, see funny Sally and father. See, said Sally. Sally is up. This is fun for Sally. That's the end of chapter 1. Pretty exciting. Chapter 2, let me read this one to you, and then it'll be the last one I read. Okay. Dick said, who is here? Who is it, Mother? Mother said, it is Dick. Oh, Mother, said Dick, you can see who it is. Who is this, said Father. Who is it? Mother said, it is not Dick. It is not Jane. It is not little baby Sally. It is big Father. Yes, said baby Sally. Oh, Mother, you can see. Jane said, who is here? Who is it, Mother? It is not Dick, said Mother. It is not Jane. Not Jane, said Sally. Oh, this is fun. It is, Sally, said Mother. Yes, Mother, said Dick. It is little baby Sally, funny little Sally. See my family, said Mother. Funny family. My funny family is here. Spot is here, said Dick. And Puff is here. See this big family. I wanted to point out something to you on this one especially. Remember, Mom is sitting comfortably in a chair. Whoops, where am I? I couldn't figure out what page I'm on. Mom is sitting comfortably in a chair, and it looks like she's sewing or knitting or crocheting or something is going on. Can't really tell. But of course, she's working at home. Anyway, so a teacher who was teaching these books knew Dr. Seuss, and he was kind of complaining about him to Dr. Seuss, and he said, man, I wish we had something that would keep the children's interest, something that would be fun for them to read. And Dr. Seuss and this man kind of collaborated. And the man said, well, I have a couple of lists. This list is 123 words that children should be able to just sight read. We look at it and we read it. We know it. If I look at the word and, I don't have to pronounce it. I don't have to read it and try to figure out each letter. I could look at it and say, oh, that's the word and. And then there was another list of 123 words, and that was a list of words that children should be able to figure out by reading them and just sounding out the letters. And so Dr. Seuss looked at those two lists, and he chose 123 words altogether out of both lists. And he said, I'll write a book. I'll do it. And, I'll make it fun. I'll make it something that the children will want to read. And so here came along The Cat in the Hat. 123 words. You can hear them being repeated over and over. But he makes it in a way that it's a story that the children want to know what happens, especially towards the end when the mom is coming home and the house is a mess and the fish is upset and what are they going to do? Also at the end, we have this idea of, will the children lie? Will they lie to their mom? Again, back to, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Remember, that little boy planned on lying the whole time, even though he didn't in the end. But people were upset and they were banning that book. Would they ban this one too? Because the children, again, are thinking about lying. There is one good moral in here, however, and that is that the Cat in the Hat comes back and he cleans up all his playthings. Of course, we always clean up our playthings. So think about those two books. Your assignment is to compare and contrast them. What do they have in common? What is different between the two of them? But the big thing that you need to come up with is your opinion. And some of you may not even care to have an opinion about this. You may not even, like, I don't care. But that's the thing about school. It's an assignment, so you have to pretend to care. So figure out what you want to support. You could say, oh my gosh, we need to stick with the Cat in the Hat series for teaching students because, they're way more interesting. It's more real life kind of thing. Kids put into this little precarious position of whether I should lie or not. Could be that you say, no, we should stick with something that shows good relationships between children and parents and the kids are wholesome. We should stick with something that like that. And this book too shows pictures of, real kids. It's not like make-believe kind of stuff. Because, of course, back then we didn't want to have children have imaginations and make-believe. So, of course, could this be true? No. Okay, so it doesn't matter which opinion you take as long as you support it. You might give examples. If you say, we need to stick with Fun with Dick and Jane, you might give this page as an example of, this is why we need to not read The Cat in the Hat as students. You might give the kids ideas. Maybe they're going to do naughty things like trying to balance a fish bowl on a rake. And then you could say, we need to stick with this one because the children can have fun with just mom and dad playing, guess who it is that has their hands over your eyes. So it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and listen to The Cat in the Hat, and then look on the September 8th announcement below, and from there you will be able to find the assignment. 3 different parts of the assignment. First, fill out the planning sheet. That is worth 10 points. Make sure it's handed in. Second, write your first draft and hand that in. I will make some comments on it. That's worth 10 points. And third, you will, if you make corrections on, with the comments that I've made and hand it back in, that's another 10 points. So 30 points altogether. And anyway, this is your first essay. I tried to keep it simple so that we could get back into the writing mode a little slowly. All right, you guys, we'll see you later. Bye.